team. Very, very risky. And the difficulty meter was definitely swinging the direction of Tobacco Road. Now Tobacco Road working into the final third. Poked away McDonald, the Indiana Hoosier star. Comes up with a clutch poke away. Quickly on the counter. Here comes Salem City FC. Hoyos running towards the flag. Sends it across. Morrow has to slide to see if he can possibly get his heel on it. It goes out of bounds. It will be a corner for the Salem City FC. Also, many thanks to Dave and Buster's for their support and sponsoring Salem City FC. Max Fisher slowly makes his way to a flag. Let's see what Salem City FC decides on this corner. It will be another in-swinger, of course, with Max Fisher and that vicious left foot. Question is, we go front door or back door? Curling, flicked. Amara Kamara. Try to run in. He's involved in the attack all the way from the center back position. Now Morrow has moved all the way to the left side. When in doubt, send it back. And Bowen, with plenty of time, able to scan the field. Morrow now playing on that left wing. And McDonald quickly on the switch to Chayup. Chayup will be playing at NC State this fall. As Fisher once again poking through, and this time using that clip over to Hoyos. Schmidt with a distribution inside the 18, but nobody at home. Gonzalez near the byline. Puts it on the carpet. Here's a rip by Lawrence, and man, if that just was a little bit more cleaner, that would have probably put a hole in the net. But Lawrence with a good look, and that is his first shot of the match after putting up a brace in the opener against Charlotte Independence. Couldn't get over the head of Schmidt. Playing it back. Here's McDonald. Chayup with very little time. Plays it to the touchline. Lawrence. Able to find McDonald. How he was able to find it. And McDonald got spun around. Lost control of it. And he's going to get a call in his favor. Morrow, who likes to go from one side to the other, has now moved to that left side. Schmidt, one time. The triangle passing, just a little too overcooked by Chayup trying to give it to Lawrence. He goes out of bounds. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw in for Tobacco Road. Salem City FC, another year under Chris Williams and Liam Davies, as well as Craig Chudley.
Wiseman is the official beer of Salem City FC. Go visit Wiseman in the Cabana Bar on the Hill for a cold beverage.
And Chris Williams and Liam Davies together again. They usually team up and put a contender on the pitch. And they were excited about this year and the players they were getting. And for their standards, even the first 45 of the opener, they were not happy by no execution and no goals on the scoreboard, even though I was pretty impressed considering how the team linked up together. But if it's not showing on the scoreboard, Coach Williams and Coach Davies, I'm not quite impressed. You got to make it all the way through and finish the mission. Down the touchline, Hoyos. He does have options with Gonzalez and Lawrence. As De Bruyne just knocks that out for safety purposes, it'll be another corner for the home side. We still sit 0-0. Under a beautiful middle of May evening, just west of Winston-Salem, at the Truist Soccer Complex. Amara Kamara, right-footed, blocked. Kamara continues. He's got another chance. Put it in with his left. As Schmidt runs on just outside of the 18. He has an option to his left. He'll try to beat the defenders, although he had two on him. McDonald, he tried to lay that one right down in for Gonzalez. Didn't go his way. Bohan. Amara Kamara, plenty of time, and that switch is complete over the left side with Max Fisher. Fisher got the first goal of 2024 for Salem City FC by scoring in that first 90 seconds of the second half and finding side net. And that was intended for a clip over to find Schmidt making the run, but Schmidt decided not to make the run and immediately turned to Wessels and said that was a good idea, just I decided not to make that run.
Thank you, Adelphia Food, for supporting our team. Tonight they will be enjoying pizza Greco.
Clausen, who is the keeper for head coach Cedric Burke, who's had a busy night so far, but still sees the score 0-0. And he's going to take a little bit more time before he sends this one long past the midway line. And he sure does. Claiming it with no problems at all. But a little too overcooked by Wessels. That was intended to try to find Morrow, as Morrow's now pulled over to the right side now. With a press on the keeper. Here's Salem City trying to pin Tobacco Road back. And good press by Schmidt. It's out. It'll be Tobacco Road throw in. Still sitting 0-0. Salem City with plenty of trips in the final third, but mirroring what they did in the first 45 against Charlotte Independence. Meanwhile, Tobacco Road has had some counterattacks. They've also had some looks just outside of the 18. They'll try the long ball again to get over the head of Chayup, and Chayup got it right on the crown and headed it out of bounds. That hurts. Alumba Salat. Here's a rip from the right foot that was played by Galiendo. And it just went a little too soft and no threat at all for Bohan behind right at the goal line. Bohan, who is the keeper, gets a start tonight. He played at Northern Kentucky, then went to William Penn and was a superstar there at William Penn this past season, where they lost in the Sweet 16 in the NAIA tournament. Gonzalez, so he thought about it. And the spin by Morrow, able to keep up with it and shield off the defender. Schmidt, nice turn. Schmidt lays it up for Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to turn it to the left, but immediately taken away. And now Tobacco Road trying to work. Sané had a little piece of it. Morrow trying to get through into the 18, got tripped up. The side judge not impressed. And once again, Salem City FC working close to that final third again as Schmidt has an overlap with Chayup. And now a play him. Chayup, he's still on. Chayup close to the byline. Will he play it? And a well-done defended. Well defended by De Bruyne, and then a good chance by Morrow as he got a good look and a good hit as well. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Trying to see if he has the keeper off his line, and he does. When in doubt, just let it rip. And Hoyos finally finds the back of the net. And it's well deserved. After how many times we saw him Saturday, he had one disallowed. He had a couple good looks already early in this match, and he finally is able to find the keeper Clausen off his line, and he ripples the net to make it 1-0. About the 35th minute in this contest. We're not quite sure as we've had some technical difficulties having to deal with a lot of rain. Apparently, Winston-Salem in this triad area has turned into Seattle. Hoyos with a golazo from probably about maybe 40 yards out. And that's good awareness, too, seeing that, in fact, Clausen was off his line, and he just sent it towards the direction of the goal and was able to tuck it away. 1-0 in favor of Salem City FC. This time, the home side gets on the scoreboard in the first 45. What a step by Chayup that upended Alambaslat. This is over the top and well done by Amara Kamara. I mean, there literally is no fear in the center backs positions. Even though Amara and Kamara and Max Fisher are having words maybe on exactly whose ball was that, as Max Fisher a little bit shaken up, thought he was going to get injured. Regardless, both of those players not scared at all to attack that ball as Bohan sends it up in the air again. Long ball looking for Hoyos. Hoyos already with a goal. Morrow wants to tack on one himself. Morrow falling down close to the byline. Here's Tobacco Road. And a slide tackle by Hoyos goes out of bounds. It'll be Tobacco Road throw in. 1-0. Hoyos from about 40 yards out. Finding Clausen off his line. And he's able to find the back of the net. Quinn Clausen, who is a member of the Tar Heels, and call it the ACC, as Hoyos had tried to backheel that one, just maybe hoping to get that ball to slip underneath his boots. Gonzalez with a nice tack. Here's Chayup bodying up. Chayup just taking control, and a good move by Amwenga. Amara Kamara takes it away from Maloma. Here's Gonzalez. It is a feisty back line, to say the least, for Salem City. Tate Lawrence, the fusion product, knew his window was closing in quickly, and he was hoping to find that left foot on the inside of that left foot to put a cross through. But he does get a corner. On Saturday, Salem City went with Spiel, who is also an outstanding keeper at 6'7" from the Netherlands. This match they go with Bohan, who's from Dublin, Ireland, 6'3". He's NAIA All-America third team this past season after transferring from Northern Kentucky. Here's the corner, this time from the far flag. Whipping it in. This is far stick, maybe even a little bit more. And knocked away, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the home side. That was knocked away by Allen. Allen, who got the go-ahead to be in the starting 11. It was originally supposed to be Sacristan, left-footed, clip up, stayed as a line drive. And a yellow card given to the Bulldog, Max Fisher. As to his surprise, first card given in this contest. Hoyos pleading for his teammate. Hoyos will play with Max Fisher at Gardner Webb. Now Hoyos is headed to NC State. As De Bruyne, I'll just play it back and forth. Square ball with him and Sané. Just way too many numbers of white kits. Here's at least a good chance and a good look. Why not? As Galindo looked up and just about had the right touch to see this one go in the upper V, the upper left V. And that is either the first or their second shot of the night. Chayup in Morrow. Is Amara Kamara with plenty of space and able to continue the switch here to the far side. Morrow calling for it in the center of the pitch as Lawrence. Nicely played. Here's Fisher. Fisher, just got under it. He may have got a little bit too excited, but why not? And there might be another yellow card given, but this time to Tobacco Road. And it looks like the yellow card will be given to Sané. Sané must have said something, or him and Max Fisher have been going at it. Not quite sure, but the head referee did not waste any time before taking out the card and showing the yellow over the head. Press stays back for Salem City. Now they'll try to pin him in. Over the top as McDonald gets it. Square ball, Schmidt. Chayup does the right thing, plays it all the way back to Bohan. And Bohan just got too much under it, and he sent that one packing and out of here. So with the goals so far in 2024, Fisher started off the contest on Saturday night with a goal that hit the side net. And then Lawrence had a brace. And to draw first blood in this contest, it was finally by Hoyos, who flirted with so many chances on Saturday night, but unfortunately did not come away with a goal. This time he does. And it was a golazo from about 40 yards out as Bohan gives this one a ride up towards the 18. An unlucky touch that gets away over the top to Morrow. Morrow outside of his left boot, settling it. This is going to be a rip by Max Fisher. Here's a shot from Gonzalez, and he spun it just over the bar. Gonzalez with his head down and a lot of spin, but it just drifted a little too high of the bar. And Salem City still sitting up 1-0. And many thanks to Dave and Buster's. Clausen not trying to have any urgency at all. Another backspin that does not quite clear the center line. Up ahead, Tate Lawrence immediately claimed it, played it up to Hoyos. Hoyos, quick throw in here, Schmidt. Schmidt trying to turn, but is not allowed. Possession goes back to Tobacco Road. Can they figure out something? Clearly, numbers on the favor of the home side. Salem City has been phenomenal in getting numbers back, almost to the point where it's unfair. That's something Coach Burke will address with his team at the break. But Camaro gets to start, plays his college ball at Tiffin. Plays that one on the ground. Chayup. 1-2 from Schmidt to Chayup. Chayup into the center, trying to find McDonald, and that will continue going over to the left side. Wessels. And Salem City FC working from the near side. Chayup Gonzalez working out that duo. Out to Morrow. Morrow having to dance and improvise. And that was intended to find Schmidt, but that will get ushered out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. A goal kick for Tobacco Road. Uncharacteristically chilly for a mid-May evening, but very ideal if you're playing soccer and having to run up and down the pitch. Free kick awarded to Salem City FC. In the closing moments of the first half. 1-0. Hoyos with a goal in about the 35th minute to lead Salem City FC here in Game 2 of 2024. Fisher plays it off the defender. And not satisfied as once again they are trying to orchestrate another attack into the final third. McDonald able to turn, move to the left. Had Gonzalez, he'll play Fisher. Fisher cutting in. Fisher with his head up. Here's a clip, 1-2 back, and immediately off his line and colliding with Fisher is Clausen. Clausen read that very well as that ball spit out, and Clausen immediately attacked and then slammed right into Max Fisher. So it'll be a free kick for Tobacco Road. That was ushered too up to Lawrence. Lawrence lets that one go to Gonzalez. Gonzalez right back to Lawrence. Lawrence trying to cut back, left foot. Oh, and he just missed it. Here's a rip off the rebound, but they're going to say he's offside. In an offside position, it's tough to see from my angle, but Hoyos was there to clean it up as Lawrence had a good rip. That off the rebound, Hoyos thought he had himself a brace already in the first 45. It's taken away. It's still 1-0. And Tobacco Road, which it's seconds ago, they thought that their hole was going to be 2 goals down, but it still remains 1 down. Big ball over the top, work to the near side. And Chavez probably did not hear Schmidt coming down and chasing him down as Chavez now trying to find an option on the throw-in. McDonald. Tobacco Road still down here in the attacking third. And a little poke from behind that all, not sure what the call is, but the idea from Galindo was to kind of poke in and get Wessels to touch it last and go out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Galindo and a throw in for Salem City FC. Schmidt trying to settle that one down. The back line all the way up. In fact, De Bruyne was way past the midway mark and then had to retreat back. Just 1-0. You never know. A big ball or whipped inside the 18 and a fortuitous bounce. And we very well could see it. A level ball game at the end of the first 45. Good press by Morrow. They have to push it right back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, he's got space and time and decides with a long diagonal ball up ahead. Flag stays down. Here's Galindo. Galindo trying to send this one across. Here's Chavez. Chavez trying to work around Chayup. Chayup ate that up immediately. Still right on the edge of the 18, and Salem City knows they have to get it out of there. Schmidt on the right on the outlet. Has Hoyos. Will send it long and looking for Lawrence. Lawrence. Couple touches. Gonzalez left foot blast. Kept it on the carpet. Good save by Clausen to keep it 1-0. Salem City with the lead. Another fantastic step by Chayup. As Gonzalez looks like he's going to throw it in and try to go long option. Look how many numbers the Salem City FC has all the way back. I mean, Chavez had to get it over 2 Salem City FC players. And the degree of difficulty is not in the favor of the one trying to distribute the ball. Almost finished the first 45. Hoyos with a golazo, a long distance one. That found Clausen off his line, the Tar Heel keeper. And to his surprise, it was able to tuck in to make it 1-0. Chayup will take his time throwing this in. Kamara shielding it and does the right thing by playing it back to Bohan. Wessels clipped over. Hoyos wrangles it. Latched onto it is Morrow. Morrow left foot swinging across looking for Lawrence. And that one tailed away from him, had the right idea. An in-swinger that just bit a little too much that went out of bounds, but it was definitely intended for Lawrence, who was indeed alone with a lot of space. Lawrence thought he had his 3rd goal of the season just in 2 games, but it just went a little left of the post. And that's the sound of the end of the first 45 as this thing sped by, even with the technical difficulties, but no technical difficulties for the Salem City FC home crew as Hoyos, after many flirtations inside the box and a chance for a goal on Saturday, he finally registers the first goal of his summer of 2024, finding Clausen off the line and making it 1-0. Well, that's the end of the first half, with Salem City up by 1-0. And the second 45 not too far behind. But thank you for joining us here for USL 2 action. Salem City FC, once known as NC Fusion, but under new ownership now they've become Salem City FC with new kits, new logo, new crests, and a fresh new start. They're looking to go 2-0 here in 2024. They've got a 1-0 cushion after the first 45. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the next 45. as the home side Salem City FC with 12 shots. Welcome back as we get ready to start the second 45. Little stats up 3 shots on target. And then Tobacco Road had only 2 shots on. So I'm not sure if those were on frame, but 2 shots. Close, but not on frame. And that's where we sit, but 1-0 the lead for Salem City FC. As the home side in all white and Tobacco Road in all black. Quite copious amounts of chances for Salem City FC in the first 45, but able to execute on one. And it was one from about 40 yards out by Hoyos to make it 1-0 in favor of Salem City. Some changes also for Tobacco Road, we'll tell you in just a second. Looks like they're going to bring in Gutan, number 3. Gutan is going to be on that outside right wing. Doyen stays locked from where he started in the first half. And for Salem City FC, trying to see if they have made any changes. Looks like they have the usual suspects on the pitch. Ball taken away, still inside the 18. Che up on a backheader, tried to flick it away. And a nice step by Sane. And up and over the top is another new player for Tobacco Road, and that is Suma. And Suma has gone on a 50-50 challenge that has put one of the Salem City FC players on the ground, and they're shaken up. So a couple changes for Tobacco Road, trailing 1-0. After 2 shots in the first 45. They may have had one good glance at the net, but other than that, Salem F City has been able to get enough bodies back to stifle any type of threat that Tobacco Road may possess. But just a 1-0 lead, that's the only difference. As it looks like they're going to bring out the athletic trainer to check on the injured Salem City FC. We'll tell you who it is once I can see the number. But still on the ground. It might be McDonald. I do see the captain band on his right bicep. Well, just to go over the changes again for Tobacco Road, they have brought in Gutan, and they also have brought in Suma. And look at this Gonzalez that was coming out. A free kick and gladly taken by Bohan. Up and going towards that far corner. As Morrow pulls it back to Chayup, and Chayup continues it back to Bohan. Kamara threading it to Lorange. McDonald trying to use Kamara. Kamara had trouble, lost it for a second. And it'll be a throw-in. The image is the back of road, although Kamara does not quite agree. And that one ran out of real estate, and it goes for a goal kick. Max Fisher all the way out wide, close to the touch line. Here on this near side, Salem City with a switch over to the far side. This is Morrow. Morrow moving down the touch line and got up in, did no call as Chayup gets wrestled, spun around. Morrow gets it back and a little step over, does have Chayup right there. He'll play him. That's his support, and Chayup lost it. Tobacco Road now with possession. Still lots of white kids getting back, stopping any type of chance of a counter for the visitors. The long ball, an attempt, but not quite over the top. Kamara with a bicycle just to clear it and may have popped Gutan in the mouth as he is shaken up. And Gutan, who fell victim to Kamara on that bicycle clearance, which really have no idea if anybody's behind you once you go up and make that attempt. And Gutan is still shaken up. He may have busted his lip on that as Kamara with an acrobatic bicycle clearance. Bohan has come out. Another stoppage of time here. This time for an injured Tobacco Road player. Kamara going over to chat with the AR, maybe asking him. I'm not sure if they're going to call a high kick or not, but Kamara seems somewhat upset or seems confused. That's why he's having to get some clarification from the AR. So Gutan goes off. Looks like Obed has come on, as well as Almubastat. Almubastat. There's De Bruyne playing with Gonzalez. Too much spin. Kamara says, I'll take that. And it's a little game of soccer tennis between him and De Bruyne. Nicely played ball into space. Hoyos with a rip on a half volley that just goes across the mouth of the goal. Morrow was poaching on that far stick, but too heavy for him to at least put somewhat of a boot on it. It goes out of bounds. Some fog kind of settling right there at the lights here, as the temperatures have dipped below 70. But still, not a bad evening for soccer. As Fisher, that's a nice clip. One touch up ahead looking for Gonzalez, and they're going to call offside. I'm not sure who was the guilty party. I thought everybody stayed on. Another brilliant idea with that one touch up ahead as the press comes in from Hoyos and Lorenz. This time Morrow stays back and is able to claim it. Trying to thread that one to Lorenz as Morrow put it on the floor. Hoyos put it on the floor. Near stick and immediately smothered by Clausen. Quinn Clausen, the Tar Heel, but now playing for Tobacco Road here in summer 2024. The center backs have been brilliant for Salem City. Nothing really is allowed over the top. They have climbed on the ladder and kept everything from going behind them. McDonald calling for some help, pulls it back. He had an idea of where to play into space, and nobody got there. He'll make the switch, and he put that one just a little too much as it's set out of bounds. McDonald, who played at Page High School, but a sensational soccer player for the Hoosiers. Threaded. Tobacco Road, oh, looking for the equalizer, and it may have just came right there with a ball played by Obed, but it stayed wide. Played again into the mixture, and then now played out. There's a lot of work inside the 18, and that on the third shot for Tobacco Road just went a little wide. But man, how close it was from making this a 1-1 match. As Fisher comes up, he'll take the throw in. Schmidt. Lorenz called for it, and now with a defender on the back, Hoyos with a nice dummy, able to get to Schmidt. Schmidt, left foot, spinning across. Oh, Morrow was there. May have trouble reading it, but he was sitting right there. Morrow gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez dancing into the 18. Sniped away. But Gonzalez gets it back. Morrow now with a left foot blast and a skip and a jump, but right into the hands of Clausen. Well played into space. Knocked off the ball. Alan Balestat as De Bruyne. 6'6". And it's easy to stick out in that back line. Chayup. Look at Morrow. Morrow having to create some space by pinching all the way in. He was looking for the switch to find Fisher. It was taken away, cut out by Tobacco Road, but immediately taken back by Salem City FC for a moment. Through ball. Looking for the speed. Off the line is Bohan. And he claims it. And it was close because he had Guton running in fifth gear with a beat on it. But Bohan was able to come and collect. Kamara was also chasing down. Here's the long diagonal ball intended for Lorenz. As Lorenz, I thought that ball was already played before he was off, but not according to the side judge. Lorenz did not have any protests, so we'll go with it. As Kamara chases that one down, doesn't matter. Offside flag is up as the guilty party looks to be Obed. Is Chayup. Morrow tried to dummy it, but no such luck. 1-0. That's where we stand. A goal in the 35th minute by Hoyos on a goal about 40 yards out. And once again, Salem City FC with ample of trips into the final third, but just one goal to show. Meanwhile, the visitors 3 shots on the entire match thus far. Chayup. Fisher calling for it. Chayup trying to move it towards him. Gonzalez got it, plays it to Fisher. Fisher has Lawrence to the left. On a stutter, is able to try to through ball to Lawrence, and Lawrence couldn't quite get it. Fisher trying to fight for it back. Nice step by Kamara. Played up to Gonzalez. Headed down for McDonald. McDonald to Fisher, and Fisher back to the support of McDonald. Here's Wessels. Oh, cheeky play by Hoyos. Does it work? Was that back clip on the back heel, but sniffed out brilliantly by the defender. Mwinga. It's a nice cutback by Doyen. De Bruyne. Using that width of the field. Both teams with the idea of the expansive portion of the strategy of the match. Allen lost it for a second. Was able to play it back to Sané on the touchline. Played it low. McDonald with the intervention. And is trying to bring it towards Morrow. Morrow lost it, and possession goes back to Tobacco Road. And working on the left side, Morrow trips up Alam Balastat. And it looks like, I don't know if he's going to go into the book or not. A little bit of a late challenge. So a free kick. Still sitting 1-0, though. Still sitting 1-0. That's it. Very, very similar to what we saw on Saturday against Charlotte Independence, where Salem City looked to be completely dominant, but only leading by just 1 goal on the scoreboard. And the question is, does Chris Williams have another elite sub he can bring in like he did on Saturday, where he brought in Tate Lawrence? Here's a free kick that is in a dangerous spot. Blasted right foot just over the bar as that one got off the sweet spot in a hurry. But it wasn't able to tuck under the bar. It'll be a goal kick. Boy, a sigh of relief by the fans here supporting Salem City FC. The long ball again. Kamara. Fisher, head up, plays it brilliantly to Lawrence. Lawrence will be pinned up close to the byline, plays the support to Fisher. Fisher clips it left foot, far stick. Claimed immediately by Clausen, but he did have an option on that far post. On the counter. Ooh, I don't know about that. They might be right. Tobacco Road might be right on that. As once that ball was played, it looked like Obed took off, and the flag went up. And Mwinga immediately was yelling towards the side judge as if to say, he waited, he waited. He may have an argument. But nonetheless, we play on. 63rd minute. Tough chest, Morrow able to bring it down. Morrow into the middle, gets pinged around like a pinball against 2 defenders as he was knocked around by Soma, and it looked like he was also knocked around by Obed. And Suman has now gone down and asked for assistance by the athletic trainer.
If you're getting a little bit hungry, please.
64th minute.
Home of the Burger Supreme Burger.
And a Wednesday night fixture between Salem City FC, formerly known as Fusion, but also taking on one of their rivals, Tobacco Road. It's just about an hour and a half east from here. They've had their battles. Led by former Duke defender Cedric Burke. And Chris Williams, of course, the coach of Salem City FC. Looks like Chris Williams is going to bring in some subs. Lawrence is going to come out. Kerrigan, so a little bit of a vice versa, as Lawrence came in for Kerrigan on Saturday. Also coming in for Salem City is Griffith, excuse me. He came in 2 as a sub on Saturday. Amara Kamara, who was a sub as well on Saturday, but started. This is headed and flicked, almost got past the keeper as Hoyos once again the target. And he was on target, but not any luck past the keeper, Clausen. Clausen threw up his hands, able to block it, keep it away from going into the back of the net. Kerrigan will walk it over to the far flag for a corner. Kerrigan and Griffith have come on. At least that's what I see as the changes so far. And a little wrestling for position on that near stick is going to result into a little talking to by the head official. Wessels is there on that near stick, trying to position himself as a power forward on the low block. Morrow sits right there on the half D in front of the 18. Whipped across. Kamara was there, just couldn't quite reach his head. Morrow brings it down. Morrow into space, brought the double team, sprays it to the left. Griffith across. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. As Morrow was immediately impeded, which would most likely, in most cases, scenarios where that would be a foul on the defense. But the officials said it was a foul on Morrow, maybe for trying to sell the fall there. Interesting. And that was the right option for Morrow to do. As soon as he brought that double team, sprayed it to the left. Griffith was wide open. The press. Here it comes from Mac Fisher. Touchline. Comes that press still. Just very, very little space for Tobacco Road to work. But yet they still trail just by 1 goal. Griffith on that one touch by Morrow. Griffith now on the far side. Is he able to play it across? Deflected off of a defender of Tobacco Road. It will result in another corner. A corner here. Hoyos trying to hide behind Clausen, but he is immediately found out by the defense. As it looks like it'll be Max Fisher again. Griffith is there. Kamara has come in. Kerrigan also there. And poaching right outside of the 18 is Morrow. Curled. Header. Couldn't get past the big giant De Bruyne. He just has a good idea from where to place his body. And there really wasn't any window for Salem City FC to put one on frame. The only one was where De Bruyne was right there to close it in. Wessels gets it from Kamara. Kamara from Liberia, West Africa. Pulled around. Here comes that press again. Kerrigan got it right there at his knees, almost brought it in. Stepped. Here's McDonald. He can hit it from there. Gonzalez trying to find Morrow to the right. Morrow latches onto it again. Dances. Right near Chavez across the byline. Spit out. Gonzalez trying to come in on the return. Off and running. Tobacco Road trying to work the counter. But still many, many yellow kits, or excuse me, white kits behind. any type of counter that Tobacco Road tries to see if they can work up the pitch. Salem City FC has done a phenomenal job on tracking back. And again, winning the numbers game. It looks like a Tobacco Road FC player has been shaken up.
Wiseman is the official beer of Salem City FC. Go visit Wiseman in the Cabana Bar on the hill for a cold
Another
beverage.
injured
Still serving.
player. We've seen a couple injuries so far in this the second 45, which we'll see if that how much time that is added to stoppage
if you're not
time.
already, please follow Salem City FC on Instagram at SalemCity_FC.
Misty evening, misty night here.
Salem City FC on Facebook at SalemCity_FC.
Just west of Winston-Salem.
We also have a YouTube channel where you can watch the games on live stream and see other content that we've shared. Millie's still open, slinging some merchandise in our merchandise area. Please come rep your city with some Salem City.
So it looks
FC
like as
gear.
if Amo Baslat is hurt, but he looks like he pulled up, just shaken up a little bit. Hard to imagine that we're only sitting at a 1-0 scoreline with the only goal coming in the 35th minute of the first half. But that's where we sit. Salem City, of course, with ample of opportunities, but they've only executed one, and ironically, that one was from 40 yards out. But they've had plenty of touches inside the 18. That had no spin, was able to reach over to Doyen. Doyen whips that one across all the way on the other side of the box as Tobacco Road working on a blast that stayed low, but right there to claim it is Bohan. And he had to because right there in front of him was Obed. And that looks like that was the first shot on target for Tobacco Road. This one is peppered over here, and you could tell just by the way that ball was spinning. Just trying to get that touch, too, which the pitch is fast, and sometimes just with the evening goes, or especially with adrenaline, sometimes you put a little too much weight on it, just like that one over the bar. The contest, though, has been back and forth. As looks like the strategy for Tobacco Road has been on the counter again, very similar to what Independence did on Saturday. Now, of course, Tobacco Road has some players that haven't quite suited up yet, which they'll get some good, talented players after this match. And they'll be a side to reckon with. But this is the beauty, of course, with the beginning of the season for USL2. Still trying to get some players in. Salem City actually has some players that haven't made it to camp yet either. So sometimes it's hard to really determine what team you have off the first two matches because you haven't quite had your roster complete yet and gone through training. And Cedric Burke, head coach Cedric Burke, is going through that now. De Bruyne. Net well claimed by Chayup. Chayup just has a great read of a great soccer IQ, able to know when to step. He also is able to use that touch line as another defender, which is also very impressive. Tobacco Road now working. Will they make the switch over here to Doyen? Doyen had his hand up, but he was starting moving towards the center. rather than staying out wide. Taken away. Quick clearance up ahead. Hoyos. It's 1v3. Gonzalez trying to make it difficult for Suman. De Bruyne. Long diagonal ball. Right-footed, swinging, trying to find. Oh, they had an option too, as Gutan was making his run on the far stick. And that ball wasn't that far from his foot. Another good position by Gutan. Bohan. Long ride. That was intended for Morrow. Morrow will get it back from Griffith. Griffith right at the touchline. And a clearance that goes out of bounds. Throw in here in the final third for Salem City FC, but only with one goal to show. Just got into the 77th minute. Morrow trying to shield off the Tobacco Road defender. Gonzalez gets it on a probing pass. Played up again, diagonal ball. Kerrigan, brilliant touch. Kerrigan, through ball. Hoyos, left foot. Oh, he hit the side net just on the wrong side. Hoyos is claiming that it was touched by Clausen, but no such luck. Kerrigan giving a little bit of a press there on a late press. Tobacco Road once again hoping to move this pelota up to their final third, but dispossessed. And now back to Salem City FC. Griffith to Fisher. Fisher thought about Kerrigan, but whips it across. Hoyos also sitting into space in the 18. McDonald able to get ahead on it. Che up wrestles it away from Mwenga. Griffith trying to find Fisher. Fisher able to keep this one in bounds. Looks for Kerrigan, sees if he can slot it in, but it's read well by De Bruyne and cleared out. Lost the ball. That's not your ball.
Right here. Supposed to be right here. It's nowhere.
All right, we'll try to find it. Once again, a blast with a left, taken away off the rebound. Hoyos had a good look. What a great save by Clausen. And once he hit it with his hands, he almost bounced off of it. But he had levitated where he's parallel to the turf. And it might be just because of Clausen that his side is only just down by one. 8 shots on target. That is an insane number. And that will haunt Salem City FC tonight if they're unable to get another goal. Kerrigan. Gutan closing in is Kamara. Moves it across the back line. Wessels. Che up. Look at that first touch. Absolutely devastating. Down the touchline on the far side. Hoyos trying to wrestle that one away. May got a elbow in there. Quickly on the restart, trying to get over the head of the back line, but does not work. Bohan gets it away, and he knew exactly what Obed was doing, and he ran right into him. In the 81st minute, still 1-0. No goals in the second 45. One goal in the 35th minute by Hoyos.
Thank everyone for coming tonight.
In the 35th minute. Both bodies were flung down, and finally a call. Rush Campbell is the one that came on. He's on that far side, number 4. And this game has gotten so good that they knocked the lights out of this thing. So do not adjust your televisions. Apparently the lights have someone unplugged. Someone turned off the generator. And now I got Kerrigan over here who's trying to find some water in the dark. We'll play Kerrigan. So someone will try to fix the power situation as everything went pitch dark.
That our next home game is May 29th, hopefully on our home pitch. Right now it's the soggy pitch next door. We will be playing North Carolina.
A quick break
FC
as we try to figure out the light situation. Hey, remember, this happens to the best of us. That happened in the Super Bowl, remember, against the 49ers and the Ravens. So everybody pulls out their iPhone lights to see if we can finish this match here in the 83rd minute. A break until we figure out the power situation, but we appreciate everybody's patience. And this will get situated as quick as possible. But right now, sitting at a score of 1-0. A goal in the 35th minute. That is the only score line here in match number 2. Nothing so far in the second 45. There's plenty of chances by Salem City.
That the lights will be back on shortly. In the meantime, if you want to check out the merch station, Abbott's Custard is still here.
We'll go over the how many shots. 8 shots on frame to
Company, the official sponsor of Salem
well
City
into double
FC.
digits for shots total. 2 shots on frame by Tobacco Road out of 4. How close Tobacco Road was from leveling this up at 1-1. But it ball sprayed just wide of the frame. That's just the beauty of soccer, is a team that is dominating shots, possession, and just maybe a couple inches away from seeing this game go even at 1-1. Stay with us. We'll try to figure out the light situation. Do not adjust your television sets or your computer sets or your iPhone. Someone pulled the plug. We're trying to get the power back on here at Truist Soccer Complex. But right now, here in the 82nd minute, Salem City FC leads 1-0. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the conclusion.
What? Hope you'll still have fun in the dark.
Start our chant, Charlie.
God, you guys were lazy.
Don't touch that.
Parker and Turner, you were about as lazy as I've ever met. This ball was right here. You just didn't look.
If it would have been a snake, it would have bit you.
They're just lazy. They don't. That's what they do at home. Go, Daddy, I can't find my shoes, and it's right in front of you. We found your balls, Turner and Parker. That was about the funniest thing I've ever seen. With inside.
Are they actually playing? Are they actually?
They're gonna play in a minute since they get the lights on.
Bros. Stop it.
Seems like an appropriate song for this.
Does that work?
It does.
Or nothing else works?
What?
Parker, he said nothing else works.
We've had the most ridiculous stuff happen. Do not trip over these wires. This one plug and then we
They're
won't
gonna
have
play in a
music.
minute. It's actually works well if you practice in the dark.
I wish I could see.
You need your hoodie yet? Charlie, please be careful. All these
What happened to the flag? Can you hear the cow?
You pulled the plug! You pulled the plug!
Wait, do it!
Be careful that
Oh, you didn't.
I don't know the words.
I'll tell you that. Something happened. I think that there's. I think the lights are on the top. Oh, he's right here.
Yeah, it's later than it normally is.
When I was doing arena football, we had no idea that we're all hooked up to the actual Greensboro.
Can you listen to a song that I
So
know?
we're doing our post game thing.
No, I can only play
there.
I have like some song.
You're not allowed to touch the laptop. I mean,
I was like, really?
iPad.
Sweet Carolina.
No,
We already played it.
Tori said that.
Eat your ice cream before it melts. And don't get it on anything, please.
Is this you guys?
Did you give me my
I think they
credit card
found it.
back?
Yeah. Is that you?
Yes, I knew what you were about to do.
This is what they do at home.
Some of them
Daddy, I can't find my shoes.
will
soggy because of the rain that we had yesterday. And so the plan was to move it to the synthetic grass. And that's where we are in this pitch. 1-0 is the score. Let's see if the official gives the go-ahead to get this thing rolling. Head referee talking to Coach Chris Williams on the opposite touchline, on the far touchline. Not sure if Coach Burke is over there as well. But good job by the officials and the players to immediately stop once the lights went out, just to keep players from getting injured. I mean, he was immediately stopped, halted, and everybody cleared the field as we try to work on the light situation. Still waiting for these lights to be completely at 100%. And still not officially notified on what the time is, where we are in this match, and how much stoppage time will be given. Always a first for everything. The lights out here in this match. With about 10 to go, and still waiting for the clear to continue play. All the lights in the complex have gone off except for, I believe, a total of 4 right now, but they're trying to get one on the far left corner, if you're looking on your screen, to come on, just to give some vision to the players, and we'll see what they come up with. So the waiting continues, but we are troubleshooting in, and we look to get this light on, and we'll finish out play. Well, this match originally was supposed to be played yesterday, but the rain came down too much, in fact, where the pitch was unplayable, and they made the decision to play today, or tonight, pardon me, and I guess they decided to play on the synthetic turf rather than their normal natural playing surface because it was still muddy and soggy from yesterday, full of rain. So a little makeshift of plans, not the usual home site of Salem City FC. And with that comes some obstacles. Looks like the light now has come on, as well as some other lights. Both teams trying to stay loose, though. Hard to go 110% and then all of a sudden have to come to a complete halt. And then you got to get your muscles back and working again. So after the lights go out and a little stoppage of time, you'd love to see the bottom line on ESPN, right? They'd say delayed due to stadium lighting. Looks like the light is coming on, and we're about to play the rest of this thing. And not 100% sure on where the time is. Of course, the official time stands on the watch of the center official. We'll finally get this thing on the road. And we're playing a beautiful game of footy. And just like that, a stoppage really quickly for a free kick awarded to Salem City after Griffith goes down. Griffith from Presbyterian. Of course, he started at Charlotte, then went to Presbyterian. Griffith, who is from Gastonia, North Carolina. And I tell you, yep, finally Wessels may have gotten away with it, but finally the center ref found out and saw it as Wessels had a road attacker. Back center, backs pulled up all the way close to the center of the pitch. In the long ball again, Kerrigan, as a deep wide receiver threat, is able to make a couple touches and settle it. Pulling it back to Fisher. They'll once again reset. Then Fisher was looking close to the touchline, and that went too far out of his touch. It'll be a throw in for Doyen. Substitutions for Salem City. The home side looks like they're going to bring in two new bodies. We'll see who that is. McDonald off the half volley, just trying to play it up. Kerrigan. McDonald. Oh, that is a brilliant ball. Placed it right in front of Hoyos. Hoyos 1v1. Lost it. Tried to dance inside the 18. Claimed again by Gonzalez. He'll keep it down in the final third. Couple rollovers, buying some time. Now plays it to Griffith. Griffith trying to put it on the left foot and send it across, but it's smothered out. That's Edmondson, who's come in, number 12. Edmondson, who's from Torquay, England, plays at McKendree Here's a corner from Kerrigan. Kerrigan, right foot, long, deep. Played down, and that ball is going to be last touched by Tobacco Road. And a corner kick given to Salem City FC. Gonzalez will take it on the far flag. A game that was supposed to start, a match supposed to start at 7, then moved to 7:30, and then we were almost finished, and then the lights went out. Here's a corner. Salem City only leading by 1 goal, a 1-touch, played by Edmondson, and pulled back Kerrigan. Kerrigan, pinned between 2 defenders, goes down and is able to sell it. It'll be a free kick. Now the question is, who will coach Williams appoint to take this free kick? Will it be Kerrigan? Will it be Hoyos? We thought maybe it might be McDonald, but he backed away. Also, Edmondson is there in Wessels. Plenty of options. And there's a 4-man wall for Tobacco Road with 2 targets on the right side of the 18. Kerrigan's going to take it. Right foot blast in right into the gut of the goalkeeper, Clausen, to keep it from getting into the back of the net. Kerrigan wrestling with it, and that's going to be a dangerous play, and that will be a free kick to Salem City. Kerrigan is pleading with the official as that ball was stopped with the hand, and was hoping for a card because that stopped the momentum. Chayup very seldom does that, and look at that gegen pressing. Is he able to bring it back after he lost it? Chayup with so much speed and endurance. It's almost unfair. Chayup, who played at ETSU, but now going to State for the fall. He'll join Hoyos, number 9. NC State under a new regime. McDonald will head back to, I believe, to Indiana for another year. Indiana always a contender year after year. Flighted into the box. Claimed by Clausen after slamming up against Kerrigan. De Bruin. Some time. Now Hoyos will put some pressure on the spin, but no call called. They were hoping for a call on Kamara as Obed tried to time it to turn and make the spin. Rush Campbell will throw it in. Plenty of defenders back for Tobacco Road. Roque has come in too. He's number 2. Again, we have to mention that Tobacco Road was without a good chunk of their lineup. And for them to come into the late minutes of this contest only trailing by 1, which they very well could be level 1-1, is something that they can use as a stair step as they move into their 2024 season, because then you add their talented players that they'll get probably right after this match. Wessels. Long ball, headed over. Immediately cleared away. Kamara threaded up. Kerrigan. Kerrigan trying to get loose. Kerrigan does the right thing. That is a smart soccer player. Kerrigan, who was trying to get around the defense of Doyen. But Kerrigan, as soon as he felt that grab onto the jersey, he fell down And it was right in the eyesight of the center judge. And that awards Salem City with a promising spot on a free kick. Will Edmondson take it and whip it across with his left foot as Kerrigan now moves away? So it will be indeed Edmondson. Edmondson curling it. Edmondson. An offside call, I believe. I didn't see the flag go up, but the center judge immediately blew it dead. And that was well-played ball by Edmondson, whipping that across for plenty of targets to surge ahead. Caught by Clausen. Clausen immediately distributes up to the far right. Doyen. Doyen was looking to play the flag, but had to play it back. Roque. Settled by Kerrigan. Tight spacing. Gonzalez was unaware that Suma was there. And now Tobacco Road getting close to their final third. Only trailing by 1 goal. And Tobacco Road claiming that it was last touched by Salem City FC, but it's going to be a goal kick. And apparently they have just informed me there'll be 6 minutes of stoppage time. 1-0 is the score, and that goal came in the 35th minute. And in the second 45, it's been knotted up. But Salem City definitely in control with possession-wise and shots and corners, but in the game of soccer, sometimes it does not automatically turn into 3 points. And Tobacco Road knows it. As long as they've kept it 1-0, they've been in it. And they know it too. They might have one extra breath to maybe find the equalizer, which will not bode well for the home side with how they've dominated this match. Che up, watches that one go away. Hoyos pleading with the official, saying he was pushed, but it'll be a free kick. Roque will take it for Tobacco Road. And everybody is up. In fact, the only one playing back as the safety valve is Soma. Just a 1-0 Salem City FC lead. And with this free kick, Tobacco Road is going to put everybody in and see if they can come up with a goal to level the match. Roque will take it. He's the only one on that far side. Left foot, swings it across. Flicked, cleared. Salem City still trying to clear it. Up ahead. Clausen way off his line. Will have to play his feet and immediately play it right back over the top. Kamara. Over the head of McDonald. Roque claims it. Lots of traffic. Salem City looking for a handball. It is not going to be a handball. It'll be a throw-in, and Kerrigan is going to go into the book for delay of game. Kamara, volley clearance. Here's Hoyos. Hoyos wants to quickly get this in bounds, but he'll slowly wait for his teammates to get all the way down. Edmondson will take it with a throw in. McDonald will play his support. Hoyos on the quick comeback run. And Kerrigan kind of gets pushed out of the way, but no call. The fog creeping in. Bohan comes up off his line to claim that one. Salem City with now 20 shots. Kerrigan wide open on the through ball. He was looking for the far side net, but he sprayed it wide. Kerrigan saw nothing but net in front of him, and he just played it a little too much off to the right. Kamara claims it. Up on a ladder. Gonzalez. Doyen. Oh, that played right on the foot of Obed, but it came off the foot in a hurry, went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. We're in stoppage time, 1-0. That's where we have stood since the 35th minute. Salem City with now 20 shots, but only one that got past Clausen. On a flick, trying to find Kerrigan. Kerrigan wants one more chance after he was for certain that he was going to get the second goal of this contest, but it went a little too far to the right. Edmondson. Hoyos taps it, looking to come right back to Edmondson. As McDonald will play it out of bounds. And that is the side of the final.
Thank you all for coming.
As the final 45 is complete. And 90 minutes are in the books. As Salem City FC dominant again, but nothing really to show except for one goal on the scoreboard. That's where they finish, and they move to 2-0. Now, on the bright side for Tobacco Road, they'll take this result even with a good amount of their roster not making the trip. So that's something they can build on, too, after keeping a very talented Salem City FC just a 1-0 loss that Tobacco Road suffered without some very heavy hitters. Salem City FC will head on the road and then return back for the end of May, right back here. So make sure you tune us in. We'll be broadcasting live at our home pitch, which is right behind us, on natural grass as opposed to the synthetic grass. But the final, as Salem City FC start off 2024 2-0, a 1-0 win over their heated rivals Tobacco Road FC, and a blast from Hoyos from about 35, 40 yards out. That was it, and that happened in the 35th minute. That all that they needed. And Salem City FC comes away with the 3 points. 6 points already, and plenty of matches to play here in summer of 2024. But they're headed on the road and will return back late May. Make sure you tune in for us. We will be on the pitch and ready to bring you all the action. So good night from Truist Soccer Complex. And thanks for hanging with us after technical difficulties galore. But we finally got this thing finished, and Salem City gets the 3 points. Good night. I'm Ty Collins. I'll see you next time.